From Vin Diesel's Home for Wayward Boys, this is Kurt Berglund with Pine Tar Baseball Negro League's Great Team Tournament first round action. This is the fourth series that we're going to introduce you to on my channel. Game 1, all of the first round series are best of 3 contests, and the winning team in this one moves on to play the 1935 Pittsburgh Crawfords in round 2. A thankless task if ever there was one. But these two teams that are playing tonight could very easily, either one of them, win the whole tournament. Well respected by historians of the Negro Leagues everywhere as two of the best teams in Negro League's history, as all these teams are. But these two are especially good. Tonight, the 1928 St. Louis Stars, which were in a 3 or 4 year run of excellent teams. I happened to pick 1928 for this set of cards for Pine Tar Baseball because of their incredible offensive explosion in 1928. They played in a small ballpark, but you still have to hit the ball, and these guys certainly did. They are the visiting team tonight. The home team is the 1924 Kansas City Monarchs, led by Bullet Joe Rogan, but really an army of stars were on this team as well. And where the 1928 St. Louis Stars could beat your brains in with offense, the 1924 Kansas City Monarchs could beat you in a variety of ways. They could shut you out, or they could bludgeon you to death with offensive output. So we're going to have an interesting 3-game series. I expect it to go all 3 games, but we'll see what happens. I've been wrong about that many times before. Let's have a look at the tournament bracket and the starting lineups for tonight. We are on the right-hand side of the bracket. As you can see, the 35 Crawfords got a bye in the first round and automatically move on to the second. Here's where tonight's matchup rests in the bracket. The 24 Monarchs playing the 1928 St. Louis Stars. The Monarchs are hosting Game 1. The Stars will host Game 2, and if there is a Game 3, we go back to Kansas City. In the bottom part of the right-hand side of the bracket, we have the 1925 Chicago American Giants, who actually played the Monarchs in the 1924 World Series, losing to the Monarchs in that series, but then the 25 Giants beat the Monarchs in the 1925 series. And in the bottom part of this bracket, the 42 Kansas City Monarchs will play the 1910 Chicago Lelands, which was a very early version of the Chicago American Giants franchise. So that's what the right side of the bracket looks like. Here's where we are tonight. Let's look at the starting lineups for the visiting 1928 St. Louis Stars. It's Cool Papa Bell leading off in center field, and he hit .331 in 1928. Branch Russell bats second. He was the right fielder. He hit .299. Willie Wells, the shortstop, bats third. .359 for Willie. .359 for Willie. Mule Suttles bats fourth, plays first base, .359 for him. Dewey Creasy, third base, bats fifth, .329 for him. Wilson Frog Reedus, .349 for him. John Henry Russell plays second base, .274 for him. Henry Flick Williams bats eighth, and he hit .309. And then comes Big Florida Ted Trent, the pitcher, the ace of the staff in 1928. And you can see as a road pitcher, A+ across the board with strikeout modifiers, of 55 and 60 and 77. He was definitely a stud, and he had to be because the dimensions of the St. Louis Park were cozy, to say the least. All right, for the 1924 Kansas City Monarchs, the lineup goes like this. Dobie Moore leads off at shortstop. He hit .355. Newt Allen bats second at second base, .269. Oscar Johnson, .374, plays left field. Bullet Joe Rogan is the starting pitcher and cleanup batter, as he often did. And you can see he's a B pitcher at home, and so he's got the nod in this game. Hurley McNair bats fifth. He's in right field. He hit .349. Newt Joseph bats sixth. He hit .363, and he plays third base. Dink Mothel bats seventh, and he plays center field. He hit .280. Lemuel Hawkins bats eighth. He hit .274. And Frank Duncan, big arm on Frank, -13. He hit .264, and he'll bat ninth tonight for the Monarchs. All right, those are the lineups. I think we are ready to get ourselves organized and get rolling in this one. I don't really know who to say the favorite would be in this one, except that I think that most historians of the Negro Leagues would probably give the 24 Monarchs a slight edge in this one, but I often feel like teams that pitch in hitters' parks sometimes get short shrift because their pitching isn't given enough credit. So we'll see what happens. I would not be surprised at either team winning this one. The series will not be a huge upset either way, I don't think, I would say. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to adjust the camera slightly, and we'll see if we can get a better look at the cards doing that, and I think we can. All right, so Cool Papa Bell, obviously a man you got to keep off the bases, will lead off for the St. Louis Stars in the top of the first. He'll be followed by Branch Russell and then Willie Wells. They can run, too. These teams have a lot of weapons, and it's not just a power show that you're getting when you talk about the St. Louis Stars. All right, there's Rogan's card. I think we can see him. All right. And here we go. Cool Papa Bell stands in. Top of the first. The pitch from Bullet Joe Rogan is a ground ball to third. That's taken by Joseph, and he will throw to Hawkins for the out. One gone in the top of the first, and Branch Russell's coming to the plate. There we go. And this one is hit to right field. That's Hurley McNair, and he will take it for out number 2. Some defensive deficiencies in both of these ball clubs that may pay big dividends for the other team. They can be beaten. Both these teams can be had if you hit the ball to the wrong guy. This is to left field. Oscar Johnson coming on, and he's going to make the catch for the third out in the top of the first. And the St. Louis Stars have been held down in the top of the first inning. For the Kansas City Monarchs, it'll be Moore, Allen, and Oscar Johnson in the bottom of the first against Ted Trent. Moore, one of the best shortstops of the 20s for the Negro Leagues. This is hit to left field. And that's Frog Reedus, who's going to make the catch. One gone in the bottom of the first for Kansas City. Newt Allen, slick fielding second baseman, and at this point in his career, was quite a base stealer as well. Could raise some havoc on the bases for sure. Hit in the air to center field. That's Cool Papa Bell, and he's going to make the catch for out number 2. And now Oscar Heavy Johnson, a masher if there ever was one, but not great with the glove. Ted Trent winds and the pitch. That is a base hit for Johnson into left field. He pulls it past Willie Wells and into left field, and he's aboard with 2 outs, and now Bullet Joe Rogan and he walked him. Trent has 2 men on now in a first inning jam as Johnson and Rogan are both aboard with 2 outs for Hurley McNair. 349 on the season for the left-handed slugging outfielder. Pitch to Hurley is hit in the air to center field, and Cool Papa Bell's got plenty of room. He's going to make the catch for out number 3 in the bottom of the first. We go to the second. No score in Kansas City. It'll be Suttles, Creasy, and Reedus for the Stars against Bullet Joe Rogan. And Mule hits this one to first. Hawkins gloves it, and he's going to take it himself to the bag. 1 down in the second. Dewey Creasy stands in. Dewey lifts this one to center field, and that's got Dink Mothel written all over it for 2 down. And Wilson Reedus, 5 in a row, retired to start the game by Bullet Joe Rogan. Pretty impressive against this lineup. And, of course, as soon as I say this, there's a base hit to center field. Mothel will glove it and throw it back in. Reedus is aboard with a single, and now John Henry Russell will come to the plate. Russell plays second base, and he hit .274. He's the 7th place hitter for St. Louis. The pitch, this is chopped to third, gloved by Joseph, and he's going to throw to Hawkins for the 3rd out in the inning. We've played 1.5, and we have no score in Kansas City. Ted Trent back out for the Stars. He will face Joseph, and then Mothel, and then Frank Duncan, the catcher for the Kansas City Monarchs. All right, so here we go. Oh, wait. I got to grab Hawkins, too. I misplaced Hawkins. There we go. There's Lemuel. Okay, now we're ready. Newt Joseph, 363 with a 409 on base average. And this one is grounded to third. That's taken by Dewey Creasy, and he throws to Suttles for the out. 1 gone in the second inning. Dink Mothel comes up. Dink, 290. 280. Eyes not working. Pitch to him. Kind of a Darryl Thomas type of ball player. Line drive, base hit for Mothel. That's a base hit to center field. He's aboard with 1 man out, and they continue to put the pressure on Ted Trent. Hawkins comes to the plate. 274. Kind of an unusual career for him. If you read about him, interesting guy. This is hit to left field, and that's Reedus jogging in. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And now Frank Duncan with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The 9th place hitter. Pitch to Frank is ball 2. Ball 2 to Duncan. He's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Next pitch, he lost him. That's ball 4. And there's 2 on now with 2 outs for Kansas City. And the dangerous Dobie Moore coming to the plate. 355 with a 545 slugging percentage. Trent playing with fire. 2 on in the first inning, and now 2 on in the second. The pitch hit to right, but not deep. This is Branch Russell, and he will make the catch for out number 3. The Monarchs one more time threaten but do not score. We go to the third. It's 0-0 in Kansas City. Rogan back out there. He'll face Williams. And then Big Florida Ted Trent will get a chance. And then the top of the order with Cool Papa Bell for the Stars. Henry Williams hits it to right and deep. This is going to drive McNair back to the wall, but it's gone. Elvis has left the building, and so has Henry Flick Williams. It's 1-0 St. Louis Stars as Rogan gives up a long one. Ted Trent comes to the plate now, breathing a little easier with a 1-0 lead. The pitch. Hey, struck him out. That's strikeout number 1 for Rogan. And it'll be Cool Papa Bell coming back up. 0 for 1 on the day, 331 on the season. And this is grounded to second. That's Newt Allen. He's going to flip to Hawkins, and there's 2 gone. And now Branch Russell with 2 outs, and Williams already scored. Nobody aboard. Pitch to Branch from Rogan. This is trouble. This is hit to left, and it's going to be getting the gap. It's going to split Moffel and Johnson and get to the wall. Branch Russell is going to have himself a standing triple with 2 outs. He's at third, and Willie Wells at the plate. The devil, they called Willie Wells. One of my favorite Negro League stars. Could really beat you in a lot of ways. Didn't have a big arm from shortstop, but that's really about the only thing he was missing. 0 for 1 in the game. The pitch to Wells. Hey, struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Rogan gets him out of the inning, but a home run by Williams gives the St. Louis Stars a 1-0 lead in this very, very important game 1 of a 3-game series. Newt Allen, Oscar Johnson, and Bullet Joe Rogan will come up, the 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Kansas City Monarchs in the bottom of the third. The pitch from Ted Trent. Hit to right. Branch Russell is going to make the play. 1 gone for Kansas City in the third. Now it's Oscar Johnson. Johnson and McNair, neither one of them had a huge amount of range in the corner outfield spots for this Kansas City team. Ground ball shortstop, that's Wells. He's going to throw to Suttles for out number 2. And now it's Rogan. Bullet Joe. The pitch from Trent. That's a base hit to center field. Rogan's aboard with 2 outs. And McNair coming to the plate. Hurley's got certainly enough power to give the Monarchs a very quick lead. Rogan working on his lead at first base. Trent to the belt. The pitch home to Hurley. He walked, no, it's ball 2, sorry. Ball 2 to McNair. He's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. And now Hey, struck him out, and that retires the side. Big Florida's first strikeout, and we go to the fourth. It's 1-0 Stars as Trent works through the 2, 3, 4, and 5 hitters, and they do not score. Against Rogan, in the fourth inning, the Stars will send Suttles, Creasy, and Reedus to the plate. Suttles, big-time power. Kind of a Dick Allen kind of a player. This is hit to left field. Johnson under it. High but not deep, and there's one gone in the fourth inning for St. Louis. Creasy comes to the plate. Dewey's 0 for 1. Ground ball third, gloved by Joseph. He's going to throw to Hawkins for out number 2. As Rogan is trying to right the ship again. And now it's Reedus. Didn't have a big throwing arm. Again, there's chinks in the armor defensively for these clubs, but boy, they can score. The pitch to Reedus, we've got an error check. He hits it to Suttles. No, I'm sorry. He hits it, wrong team. He hits it to Hawkins, and Hawkins boots it. That's going to be a one-base error, an E3 on the Monarchs' first baseman. And Reedus is aboard with 2 men out. That'll bring up Russell. In the top of the fourth, Rogan to the belt. The pitch to Russell. Hey, strikes him out. He got a strikeout when he needed one, and that's 3 for Rogan. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 St. Louis Stars over the Kansas City Monarchs. Trent doing the job against a tough Kansas City lineup so far. Joseph is 0 for 1, then Mothel, then Hawkins. The pitch from Trent. Ground ball third, gloved by Creasy. He throws to Suttles, and there's one man gone. Mothel, jack of all trades for sure, can help you in a lot of places, and he hit so well in 24 they couldn't keep him out of the lineup. 1 for 1 in the game so far. This is a range check. Get to the kitchen. We got a range check. Cool Papa Bell on the run. And he will get there for out number 2. And now, with 2 outs and nobody aboard, it's Lemuel Hawkins, the left-handed hitting first baseman for Kansas City. He's 0 for 1. The pitch from Trent is a base hit to center field for Hawkins. Cool Papa Bell collects it and tosses it back in. Here comes the 9th place hitter, Frank Duncan, who walked in the second inning in his only at-bat. Trent has not been perfect. He has allowed base runners in every inning, and in 2 of them he's allowed 2 base runners, but he has worked out of it. Trent to the belt, the pitch home, lifted the left. This is Reedus, and he will make the catch to end the bottom of the fourth. We've played 4 in Kansas City, and the score, St. Louis 1, Kansas City nothing. It's Williams, Trent, and then the top of the order with Bell in the top of the 5th for St. Louis. Flick Williams hit a home run in the 3rd to give the only score of the game. Rogan winds and delivers. This is hit to center field. And that's Mottl. He will make the catch for out number 1. Ted Trent comes to the plate. And Ted could hit a little bit. Got to be careful. Rogan winds and the pitch. That's to center field. Another one from Othel. 2 down. And now the top of the order with Cool Papa Bell. And, of course, you want to keep him off the bases. Switch hitting center fielder is 0 for 2 in the game. And this is a base hit to left field. Bell is on, and I'm sure he is thinking about going. Bell is on. He is a 79. The catcher for Kansas City is Frank Duncan, who's a -13 and tasked with the unenviable chore of trying to throw Cool Papa Bell out. He works on his lead. Branch Russell is at the plate. Russell is 1 for 2 with a triple. There's 2 men out. Rogan to the belt. There goes Bell. The throw down is not in time. Allen's tag is high. Bell is in there with a stolen base. He is now in scoring position for Russell, who's behind in the count. 0-1. Rogan in a jam. 2 outs. Bell on second. Branch Russell at the plate. The pitch. He lost him. That's ball 4. And now there's 2 men on with 2 out for Willie Wells, who can hurt you in a lot of ways. As I said before, batting third and Suttles is on deck. Doesn't get any easier. Rogan to the belt. The pitch to Willie Wells. Hey, struck him out. That's strikeout number 4. And that ends the Stars in the 5th. We're halfway through this one. And it's 1-0 St. Louis. Can Ted Trent keep doing what he's doing, which is what he has to do, and that is keep his team in the game with a slim 1-run lead? Dobie Moore, top of the order for the Monarchs in the bottom of the 5th. Dobie's 0 for 2. This is grounded to Suttles. He gloves it and takes it unassisted to the bag. There's 1 gone. Newt Allen, a threat to go if he gets on. Trent winds and the pitch. Hey, strikes him out. That's strikeout number 2 for Ted Trent. And coming up now is Oscar Heavy Johnson, 1 for 2. A masher, big man. Trent winds and the pitch. Ground ball third, taken by Creasy. He throws to Suttles, and they get Johnson. After 5, we have a 1-0 lead for those St. Louis Stars. It's Suttles coming up, then Creasy, then Reedus for St. Louis in the top of the 6th. Rogan's got to hold them where they're at and give his team a chance to score some runs off Trent. They haven't had that big hit. They've had runners on, but they haven't gotten the big hit yet. Hey, strikes out Suttles. That's number 5 for Rogan. Here comes Creasy. Dewey's 0 for 2. And he jams him, but it's a looper over Dobie Moore's head and into left field. It's a base hit for Dewey Creasy. He's on with 1 out. Now it's Reedus. Reedus with big-time power, 663 slugging average on the season, 1 for 2 in the game. Rogan to the belt. The pitch to Frog. This is hit hard. Hit to Dobie Moore. 58. Gotta look that up. E6. That's an E6. Creasy stops at second. Reedus is aboard at first. There's 2 on with 1 out now. And John Henry Russell coming to the plate. Rogan has handled him twice so far, but this is a big-time jam, so there may be some action starting in the bullpen. Yeah. Cliff Bell starts to warm up. He is a right-hander. In case Rogan's running out of gas, John Henry Russell at the plate. 2 on. Creasy at second. Reedus at first. 1 man out in the 6th. Hit to center. Mothel will make the catch, and that's 2 down. And now it's Williams who went deep back in the 3rd. He's accounted for the only run in the game. Rogan's going to be careful. To the belt for Bullet Joe. The pitch to Williams. And this is to left. Oscar Johnson toward the line will make the catch. And that retires St. Louis in the 6th. Rogan plays with fire but does not buckle. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Rogan, McNair, and Joseph for the Kansas City Monarchs. Unless they make a move, it's the bottom of the 6th. Trent Wines. Rogan's 1 for 1 with a walk. The pitch to Bullet Joe. This is grounded to John Henry Russell. He throws to Suttles, and there's 1 man gone in the 6th for Kansas City. Hurley McNair. Hurley's 0 for 2, struck out in the 3rd. Trent Wines and the pitch. Hit to center. Cool Papa Bell drifts into right center a little bit. And he'll make the catch. That's 6 in a row retired for Trent. And now Newt Joseph. 0 for 2 for Newt. The pitch from Trent. And we have a range check. Get to the kitchen. This is hit to left field. Reedus does not get there. It falls in for a base hit. He trapped it. Joseph is aboard with a single with 2 outs, and now Dink Mothel. Problem with the Kansas City offense is they got to string some stuff together, and that's tough to do against Trent. Ted to the belt. Checks Joseph at first. The pitch to Mothel. This is trouble. This is going to drop for a base hit to left. Falls in front of Reedus. Joseph is going to go to 3rd, and there's going to be men at the corners for the Monarchs now, with Lemuel Hawkins coming to the plate. Lemuel is 1 for 2. He's the first baseman for Kansas City, and there's 2 outs now. Trent needs to make a pitch. Kansas City crowd is trying to root Lemuel Hawkins on. But the St. Louis pitching staff is just not as deep as Kansas City's, and so that might play a factor. Hawkins 1 for 2 stands in there. Joseph at 3rd, Mothel at first, the pitch home. Hit to center. No. I'm wrong. He struck him out looking. That's strikeout number 3. And we go to the 7th. It's 1-0 St. Louis. Ted Trent will lead it off. Then we go to the top of the order with Cool Papa Bell and Branch Russell against Bullet Joe Rogan, who's hanging tough. Trent 0 for 2. The pitch to Ted. Hit to right. McNair will get there, and that's out number 1. Cool Papa Bell singled and stole a base in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Rogan winds and delivers. Ground ball, Dobie Moore. He throws to Hawkins, and there's 2 gone. And Branch Russell. Branch is 1 for 2. He's also walked. Pitch to Branch. Hey, struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Joe Rogan. We go to the bottom of the 7th. And Frank Duncan, the catcher, 9th place hitter, will lead off for Kansas City against Trent. And then we go to the top of the order with Moore and then Allen. Duncan is 0 for 1. He's walked. Bottom of the 7th, getting late. Kansas City needs to score. The pitch. Hey, he struck him out. 1 gone. Strikeout number 4. And Ted Trent has found his strikeout pitch now. There's 1 out in the bottom of the 7th, and Moore is at the plate. Dobie 0 for 3. Trent winds, delivers, a hit to center. Cool Papa Bell charging in, and he's got more than enough speed to get there. That's going to be 2 gone. And Newt Allen with 2 outs and nobody aboard stands in now. He's 0 for 3 against Ted Trent. Shaky start, but they didn't get to him. Ground ball second. Russell to Suttles, and that retires the side in 1-2-3 fashion for Ted Trent in the 7th. We go to the 8th. It's a 1-0 ball game for St. Louis. They had opportunities against Trent early, and they did not capitalize, and they let him hang around, and now he's 6 outs from victory. Willie Wells, Mule Suttles, Dewey Creasy to face Bullet Joe Rogan. Cliff Bell still throwing in the bullpen for the Monarchs. The pitch. Hey, strikes out Willie Wells, and there's 1 gone. Strikeout 7 for Bullet Joe Rogan. Here comes Mule Suttles. Huge bat, and can hit the ball a mile. 0 for 3, though, in this one. Rogan winds, and the pitch. Ground ball second. Newt Allen will throw to Hawkins, and that's 2 gone. And now Dewey Creasy. 1 for 3 for Dewey. With nobody aboard. Range check. This is hit to third base. That's Joseph. It bad hop into left field. That's a base hit for Creasy, his 2nd of the game. And with 2 outs, he's on first for Wilson Reedus. The left fielder, Rogan in another jam. Reedus 1 for 3. He's also reached on an error. The pitch to him. It's a base hit to right. Creasy stops at second, and Russell will come to the plate now with 2 men out. Russell 0 for 3 on the day. They could go to Bell here, but Rogan is due up second in the inning. They could double switch. They're going to go to Bell. Yeah, it's time for a reliever. They're going to go to him, and they're going to move Rogan to a defensive spot. And Bell will come in and bat second in Newt Allen's spot. So Allen is the one who will leave the game. Cliff Bell comes on. I'll give you Rogan's numbers for the game. Yeah, Newt Allen is out. Rogan becomes the second baseman, and Cliff Bell takes the mound. Give you Rogan first. 7 2/3 innings for Bullet Joe. He allowed 7 hits. He walked 1. And he struck out 7. He allowed 1 run. It's earned so far, but he's got 2 runners that are his responsibility on base, and he allowed 1 home run. Creasy's at second. Reedus is at first. Here's Cliff Bell. He's a right-hander. He's an A pitcher at home and on the road. He's got no strikeout or walk modifiers, and he can give you 2 innings in relief. So we'll see if he can shut down the Stars here from getting an insurance run. Bell to the belt. Looks at Creasy at second. The pitch home to John Henry Russell is lifted to left, and that's Oscar Johnson jogging in and making the catch to retire the St. Louis Stars in the 8th. Boy, I'll tell you, if you had told me before the game that the Stars would score 1 run in 8 innings, I would have said that the Monarchs were winning the game, but not to be so far. In the bottom of the 8th, it's Oscar Johnson, Bullet Joe Rogan, and Hurley McNair, the 3-4-5 hitters for the 1924 Kansas City Monarchs. Johnson is in there. He's 1 for 3 tonight. The pitch from Trent. Hey, struck him out. That's 5 for Trent. He's 5 outs away from a Game 1 victory. Here's Bullet Joe Rogan. Trent winds. Bullet Joe's 1 for 2 with a walk. And Rogan drives this one to center field over Cool Papa Bell's head. It's going to one-hop the wall. Rogan's going to take second with a double before Papa can get it back in. He's in scoring position with 1 man out for Hurley McNair. Ted Trent in another jam. McNair with a chance to tie the game or take the lead. Trent to the belt, checks Rogan at second. McNair is 0 for 3 on the night. Pitch to Hurley. Ground ball, Wells. He throws to Suttles after checking Rogan at second base, and there's 2 down, and now Newt Joseph. Newt is 1 for 3. Trent to the belt. The pitch to Newt. Ground ball. John Henry Russell throws to Suttles. Trent gets in trouble. Trent gets out of trouble. We go to the 9th. It's 1-0 St. Louis. They're 3 outs away from stealing a win on the road from the Monarchs. Henry Williams, who hit the home run to provide all of their offense in this game, is due up first, then Trent, then the top of the order with Cool Papa Bell. Henry Williams, 1 for 3. The pitch from Bell, Cliff Bell. Ground ball, Dobie Moore. He throws to Lemuel Hawkins, and there's 1 gone. Now it's Ted Trent. 1 out, nobody aboard. Cliff Bell winds and delivers. Ground ball Oop, sorry, range check. Got a range check. Get to the kitchen. 58. Comebacker, Cliff Bell. Off his glove, into center field, base hit Trent. Ted Trent says, okay, if you guys aren't going to score, I'll do it myself. He's on first. Cool Papa Bell coming to the plate. He's 1 for 4. The pitch to Cool Papa Bell. Got an error check. Where did Papa hit it? He hit it to Dobie Moore. And Dobie just booted it. His second error, it's an E6. Trent stops at second. And that's the third error for the Monarchs in the game. First and second now for Branch Russell. 1 man out. Cliff Bell in a jam. He's got to hold them where they're at. If they explode now, might be too late. Trent at second. Cool Papa Bell at first. Branch Russell 1 for 3 at the plate. The pitch from Cliff Bell. Ground ball second. That's Rogan. Rogan goes to Moore, covering second for 1. The relay to Hawkins is not in time as Branch Russell beats the wrap at first base. So now there's stars at the corners. Trent at third, Russell at first, and Willie Wells up with 2 men out. Willie is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. He's got the hat trick he wants to avoid. The golden sombrero. Cliff Bell to the belt. The pitch home to Willie Wells. Hey, struck him out. He's got the golden sombrero. Willie Wells has struck out 4 times in the game. If you had told me that the star shortstop of the St. Louis Stars would have 4 Ks by the end of the game, I would have said there's no way St. Louis wins. But they're ahead 1-0, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Big Florida Ted Trent wants to close this out. He has scattered 7 hits in this game, but he has struck out 5 right when he needed to. Dink Mothel then Lemuel Hawkins, then Frank Duncan. It's the bottom third of the order for Kansas City. Mothel will lead off. Jose Mendez, the player manager of the team, letting Mothel go. 2 for 3 for Dink in the game. The pitch. He walked him. Wow. A leadoff walk in the bottom of the 9th for Trent. That is walk number 3 for Big Florida. And it's going to be Hawkins coming to the plate. Will they have him bunt? He is not an accomplished bunter. They've got some guys who can. How are they going to play it? Hawkins will bat. Ted Trent to the belt. He checks Mothel at first base. And he can steal. He's an 89. The catcher, Henry Flick Williams, is a +4. I think we know what's going to happen here. Hawkins at the plate. Trent to the belt. There goes Mothel. The throw down to John Henry Russell is not in time, and Mothel has stolen second base. With nobody out, the tying run is at second base, and Hawkins is behind in the count, 0-1, but he is 1 for 3 in the game. Trent in a jam again. Hawkins with a chance to tie the game. Trent to the belt, checks Mothwell at second. The pitch home to Hawkins. Ground ball, Willie Wells. There goes Mothwell to third. Wells throws to Creasy, and they got him. Wow, with the play in front of him, Mothwell decides to break for third, and Willie Wells throws to Dewey Creasy, who applies the tag, and they get the lead runner. Hawkins is safe on the fielder's choice, but they go from a man on second with nobody out to a man on first with 1 out. Base running blunder by Dink Mothwell, and Frank Duncan will come to the plate. That may force Jose Mendez to go to the bench, and he's going to. Yeah, he's going to call his own number. Jose Mendez is going to pinch hit for Frank Duncan. Player manager. He actually won the deciding game in the 24 World Series. Did not pitch a lot during the season, but he called his own number and won the game to clinch the series. Okay, so Mendez is at the plate. He is pinch hitting for catcher Frank Duncan, who ends the day 0 for 2 with a walk. Mendez can certainly end it. He had power. He could play every position and did. He was also a pitcher, and an excellent one. Hawkins at first. They want to run for him. They may run for him. No, they're going to let Hawkins go. Mendez is going to bat. Ted Trent to the belt, checks Hawkins at first. There's 1 man out. The pitch home to Jose. Ground ball second. This is John Henry Russell. He goes to Wells for 1. The relay to Suttles, not in time as Mendez beats the wrap. So with 2 outs, Mendez is at first now, and Dobie Moore comes to the plate. Maybe the last chance for the Monarchs. Yeah, Dobie Moore, they're going to let, Mendez is going to run for himself. He's at first. There's 2 men out. Ted Trent to the belt. Moore is 0 for 4 in the game. The pitch to Dobie. It's a base hit to right field. Mendez will stop at second as Branch Russell gets the throw in very, very quickly. So there's 2 on now with 2 out, and we're to the pitcher's spot. Cliff Bell, and Cliff is not going to bat. We're going to have a pinch hitter. This would be Newt Allen's spot, but they took him out to leave Rogan in the game. So now, boy, they're going to go to George Sweat. Pinch hitter for Bell. And he will face Trent. There's no action at all in the St. Louis Stars bullpen. Sweat is up there, 268 with a 322 on base average. There are runners at first and second. Mendez is at second. Dobie Moore is at first. Sweat is up there. Gonna take one more look for a runner for Mendez. No, they're gonna let him run. He's medium. Okay, moderate. Trent to the belt. Checks Mendez at second. He's the one that matters. Well, Moore is the winning run, so he matters too. The pitch to Sweat. Ball 4, he walked him. The bases are dripping with Monarchs, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. It's a 1-0 game, and Oscar Heavy Johnson, the third-place hitter who's 1 for 4 in the game and hit .374 with a .429 on-base average and a .553 slugging percentage at the plate. This is who they want up there. Joe Rogan is on deck, but this is it. This is the game. Johnson at the plate, unless he walks him, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. That's ball 2 to Sweat. My bad. Ball 2 to Sweat because Trent is an A-plus pitcher. Ball 2, no strikes to Sweat. The pitch to George. Center field, Cool Papa Bell on the run to the track. He's got it, and that ends the ball game. Cool Papa Bell's speed in center field allows him to catch up with the drive by Sweat that ends the game. 1-0. The Stars, one of the most powerful teams in baseball history, beat the Kansas City Monarchs. Let's give you the totals for the victorious and visiting St. Louis Stars. 1 run on 8 hits, and they committed no errors. For the vanquished 1924 Kansas City Monarchs, no runs. On 8 hits, but they committed 3 errors. 1, 2, 3. None of them scored. Winning pitcher, Ted Trent. Complete game. He is 1-0 in the tournament, of course. Losing pitcher, Bullet Joe Rogan. Series now shifts to St. Louis in the bandbox of a ballpark that they played in. The Monarchs with a must-win Game 2 of the series in a best-of-3 first-round matchup. Wow. This one was tense. Very intense. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a good night. We got to stick together, people. My name's Kurt Berglund. I hope you stay tuned for more Negro Leagues tournament action on Pine Tar Baseball. Have a great night. So long, everybody.